Hello students. So welcome to Bridge Course 2020. Welcome to SGV's Mahesh PU College Belagavi and Department of Chemistry SGV's Mahesh PU College Belagavi. So in this video we will study about the periodic table and classification of periodic table and what you have studied in the 10th standard and what you are going to study in PUC first year or second year science. Okay students. So first one, so periodic table of the elements. So here the periodic table is in front of you. So total 18 groups are there. You can see the above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. 18 groups are present in the periodic table. And first group and second group. First group and second group. Here you can see first group and second group. First group and second group, these are called alkali metals and alkali earth metals. See there, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay. Then second group, alkali earth metals, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radon. So these are nothing but alkali metals and alkali earth metals. First group and second group. These are called S block elements. These are called S block elements. Why these are called S block elements? So the last electron enters into the orbital, S orbital. That's why these are called S block elements. And and you see group number 3 to group number 12, these are called D block elements. These are called D block elements. Why these are called D block elements? The last electron enters into the penultimate cell. That's why penultimate cell is nothing but the n minus 1 valence cell. Before the valence cell there will be presence of penultimate cell. So the first series, transition series, will start from 21 to 30. It is called 3D series. So third transition series or first transition series, it is 3D series or first transition series, atomic number 21 to 30, D block elements. Then 39 to 48, these are called 4D series or second transition series. And 57 to 80, these are called 5D series or it is all called third transition series. These are called D block elements. The last electron enters into the penultimate cell. Then group number 13 to group number 18. Now right side of the periodic table, you can see boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, then noble gases. So here the last electron enters into the p orbital. So that's why these are nothing but these are classified into p block elements. So group 13 to group 18, these are p block elements. Okay. Then last, lanthanides and actinides. So after lanthanum, atomic number 57, after actinium, atomic number 89, the elements whichever they are present, those are called F block elements. That is atomic number 58 to 71 and the atomic number 90 to 103. They are kept, these elements kept separately because these are having different properties compared to S block, P block and D block elements. So these are called indent transition elements. And here the last electron enters into the pre-penultimate cell. Pre-penultimate cell. That's why these are called F block elements. These are called F block, S block, P block, D block and F block elements. And so in this periodic table, there will be presence of metals, non-metals and metalloids, or even we will call it as semi-metals. You can see the metallic property, it is in the middle of the periodic table. D block elements are metals. Even alkali metals and alkali earth metals are also metals except hydrogen. So in a P block elements there are non-metals. Even there will be semi-metals. Semi-metals or metalloids means what? They will act as a metal also, they will act as a non-metal also. They will act as a metal also, they will not act as a non-metal also. Now you can see science has come along way since Aristotle theory of air, water, fire and earth. So science started with, so here air, fire, water, earth. Scientists have identified 90 naturally occurring elements. So in the periodic table 90 naturally occurring elements are there. Then scientists created about 28 elements. Now still research is going on. Still some more maybe they may identify and they may discover. Okay. Now present 90 naturally occurring and in the laboratory they have created about 28 elements. Now the elements alone or in a combination make up our bodies, our world, our sun, and in fact the entire universe. So whatever the naturally occurring the elements are present, they may be in a combined state, they may be in a oxide form, or they may be in other form. Okay, then you can see here how the abundant they are. So the most abundant element in the earth crust is oxygen. It is almost 46.6% it is available. Then comes silicon 27.2, then comes aluminum 8.1, then iron, then calcium, then sodium, then potassium, then magnesium, then titanium, then hydrogen. So this is nothing but abundance of the yes. Then about the periodic table classification, Doberzheimer trade, Mendeleev's law, and about atomic radii, ionic radii, you have already studied in 10th standard. Now, now, other than that, other than what you are going to study, so that I will explain you after this slide. The periodic table organizes the elements in a particular way. A great deal information about the element can be gathered from its position in the periodic table. Once more, I will repeat. The periodic table organizes the elements in a particular way. A great deal of information about an element can be gathered from its position in the periodic table. For example, you can predict the responsibly or reasonably good accuracy the physical and chemical properties of the element. You can also predict what other elements, a particular element which react with chemically. So here the groups are classified 1 to 18th groups are there, different groups. So each group is having a similar properties. Now group 18 is nothing but it consists of all noble gases. All noble gases are having same properties. Okay, then last point is understanding the organization and plan of the periodic table with help you obtain basic information about each of the 118 known elements. So about it gives periodic table about all 118 elements information. Now now in PUC first year and second year, what you are going to study? So in this, so here you are going to study significance of classification and brief history about development of periodic table, how the periodic table is developed, then even modern periodic law and present form of periodic law and periodic trends of properties of elements, even atomic radii, ionic radii, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity, valency, nomenclature of elements, that is above 100 atomic number 100 above whatever the elements they have discovered, those IUPAC names we are studying. So classification means again how they are classified. Yes, PED, development of periodic table, how they have developed the periodic table. Then modern periodic law, so that is nothing but what depends upon atomic number. Then present form of periodic table, present what mostly is form or Bohr's periodic table, what we are studying, that one. Then periodic 10 properties, it may be size of the atom, it may be enthalpy to removal of electron, whatever the energy required, electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity, the attracting tendency of an atom, electron attracting tendency of atom is called electronegativity. Valency is nothing but combining capacity of the element. So these concepts we are studying very briefly there in a first PUC. Then in second PUC we are studying about S block, P block and D and F block elements. S block elements and P block elements and D and F block elements. There what we are studying. So there we are studying about general introduction, electronic configuration of the elements of S block alkali and alkali earth metals and P block elements and D and F block elements and how they occur, and variation of properties. Properties are nothing but again electronegativity, atomic radii, oxidation state, okay, ionization enthalpy. So this variation, then oxidation state, then trends in a chemical reactivity, how they will react, particular S block elements, either P block elements, either D and F block elements, how they will react. Then next, anomalous properties, some atoms or elements which exhibit anomalous properties. So those anomalous properties we are studying. Then finally, physical and chemical properties of the compounds we are studying. So here, physical and chemical property and uses of some important compounds which are obtained from S and P and D and F block elements. Now for example, from S block element, if sodium sulfate is formed, that compound physical property, chemical property, okay, those concepts we are studying in the PUC first year and second year science. Okay students, thank you.